Deftones, Back to School, parentheses, Pink Maggit. Guitar tabs and guitar lesson. I'll play through all the different sections right at the start here, and after that I'll go back through and explain everything that's going on. Before we get into the lesson, do me a big old favor, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to let me know that you enjoy this video and would like to see more like it. And with all that business out of the way, let's get on into the lesson. Alright, so White Pony album means we're making use of the drop C tuning here, so C, G, C, F, A, D. And this initial intro section, we're just doing this little octave riff way up high here, and we'll be at the 10 on the third string and the 13 on the first string, and we're just kind of strumming it, giving it a little loose shuffle, and from there we just lift off the third string and just make it a 10 on the second string. Give that a few strums just with that 13 on the first string there, and then you can even add in an open third string with it and just shuffle the rest of it there. Alright, this next section, the second part of the intro, happens after the second chorus and it happens at the outro. We're just going to jump between a couple chords. Initially we'll hit these 8s here, and it's basically an A flat power chord in this tuning, and we'll just hit that, hold it a moment, and then we'll lift off to primarily the open C power chord, and then we'll add this extra little bit that'll make it more like a C minor, where we'll just take those octaves from the very beginning, the 10 on the third string and the 13 on the first string, and just mix that in and strum the rest of it out. For the verse, we just do this scale down now on the low C here, the 6th string, and we'll just start at a couple 5s, go to a couple 4s, bring it on up to 8, come off to a couple opens, and then after we hit that open, we just come up to that same octave from the beginning, the 10 with the 13, and just strum that out a few times. For the chorus section, we can get kind of big with some power chords now. We go back to our 8s for that A flat power chord, and we just kind of strum this out, kind of a loose shuffle, no big deal. We come off now to the opens for that big C power chord, and then we mix in kind of the same version of that initial octave, but we're just doing a little lower octave of it. We keep that 10 on the third string, and we just add an 8 on the 5th string here. So this kind of makes it just an even bigger C minor vibe here. So we'll strum that out, and then we switch down to 5s, and with this we can just kind of go right 8th note style strumming. Strum that out for, about the full measure there, and hit it, slide it down to 4s for the E power chords, from the F to the E, and then just finish by strumming out those 4s. And the only variant that happens here is the second and third chorus. After you go through it kind of normally, you tack on this little end bit where it's just this second guitar doing a scale up with an octave. And, we do our eights to open with the 8 and 10 vibe there. Same deal, that A flat to the C minor. And once we get to where we would hit our F, the fives to fours, you can layer this on top of it, where we just do a quick same octave as before with the 5, 5th string, and the 3rd string here. And we'll just take a 12 and a 14, slide it back down to the 10s, 10 and 12, hang out there for a moment, and then once we would switch to our E at the 4s, then we slide it up to back to the 12, come up to the 13 and 15, and then finally hit the 15 and 17.